Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay. This is the Dividend domain. This series is dedicated to my Robin Fire portfolio. Today, if you didn't get to watch the first episode, you can go back and on my channel, on my YouTube channel, and click the episode. Basically, today is the $1,500 buy. I said $2,500 yesterday. Today, I decided to piece it up. I'm going to do $1,500 today and another 1,000 probably within the next week or so, depending on how the market goes. My objective now is to front load this portfolio so that I could eventually start floating bills and use margin in my account to start replacing my living expenses. While you're at it, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just an everyday guy who's invested into the markets, both crypto and stock markets. I'd advise that you seek professional advice if you're looking to invest your own personal money. This is just me documenting this journey as I go through the process of leveraging margin to take over my everyday expense. So if you can, go ahead. I'm on all platforms, the Dividend domain on TikTok, YouTube, and X account as well, Instagram. Go ahead and give me a follow here. I'm posting more content today related to this updates, and you'll see something for this series come as well. Let's get into the portfolio. I'm using Snowball Analytics. This really helps give me a solid breakdown and an understanding of how I want to allocate my funds, different data, pay dates, ex-dividend dates. Where we're at today, if you looked at the previous series, I was able to utilize Snowball Analytics to determine my allocations, of which I set here within the portfolio. Today, I want to bring up this yield, this blended yield, to about 25%, anywhere from 25 to 30%, minimum 25. Probably today, my focus will be to get a little bit of growth in there. For the most part, it's probably going to be the higher yielders, but I also want to stick to my allocations. For this buy, I'll probably just use the tool that is set on here to get the 1,500 allocated. I ran a quick scenario here based off the 1,500 deposit balance off categories. This suggests that I should put $400 into QQQI, 300 into SCHG, 200 into SPYI, another $200 into NVIDIA, 150 into Amazon, another 150 into Hui, and BTCI. This dollar indicates that the current price of this asset is below my cost basis. That's usually a good sign to pour in to bring your cost basis down. I could customize this to increase. I think this is fair because QQQI, you get some growth from the NASDAQ. You also get that stability. I own this fund in another brokerage account. It's done pretty well. SPYI is same scenario. It's a lower yield, closer to 10 to about 12%. This is in the range, I'd say, of 11 to 14% yield. These are good cores. So I think these two are great. And this helps add the NVIDIA and the Hui buy today will help add to increase my overall blended yield to bring it up. And then that's the ultimate goal. One of my other portfolios, I'm heavily weighted in BTCI, more Bitcoin exposure. It's weighing down the portfolio. As we know, Bitcoin has dropped from highs of 125 to as low as, I think, the higher 80s. We're about 91, 92, I think, right now. I'd have to double check. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the portfolio. I deposited $1,500. We are going to allocate to those positions as suggested from Snowball Analytics. Let's start with QQQI. We're just gonna go, and right now my market value is 371. My cost basis is 54.48. Not too worried about it bringing the cost basis up. It's generating income, so for me that's most important. 400, double check, $400. We'll go ahead and review, all right, and go ahead and put that buy in. We have that in, that's done. Now let's shift over to the next asset. We're gonna put $300 into SCHG. Let's do that. Let's go back. SCHG. Let's add $300. review, and I currently have 58. Oh, I'm going down because of this purchase, right? And the next one, we're gonna put $200 into SPYI. And you can see the market has gone up since those previous buys. That's about a 9.9% diversity in my portfolio. $200. Double check. That is correct. $200. We'll place that. As you can see, the buying power goes down. The next one, let's go NVIDIA. Let's just see, we're 200 NVIDIA, 150 in Amazon. So let's go ahead and get the 200. If that'll load. 200. Now look at my buying power, 49.78. Buy. For this, I typically just do market orders. I'm not too concerned. I'll put a limit order if I want to make sure I buy at a specific price. Amazon 150, 150. Louis as well. Amazon. Let's do another 150 in Amazon. This is where I'm bringing my cost basis down. Not by much, but slightly, because lower than it previously was. Let's put that market order in and buy. Like I said, let's double check. Then Hui 150, then BTCI $100. BTCI, I do have close to about 210 shares in my other account, of which my goal is to get to about 400. Here, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative. Hui, not set a goal yet. I'm just going to keep the allocation there for now, and I'll make adjustments depending on performance as we go. That's bringing my buying power down. Make that buy. I definitely prefer to buy on down days. The objective is to front load this and get as much income as I possibly can. As I start to slowly but surely float bills, then I can eventually increase the margin that I'll use and increase the assets. Let's drop down. If it will load for some reason. This tab is finicky. There you go. Finally. All right. So it shows I got $100 left in cash. I keep this 10 in here just to pay that Robinhood Gold membership, of which is worth it because the first $1,000 of margin is interest free. And I can use that to float bills. I'll be interest free on that first $1,000 of margin. So that's cool. That sums it up. And then let me go ahead and put this BTCI buy in. Like I said, I've brought my cost basis down in my other account to about 54. Unfortunately, I started jumping into BTCI around 60 to, I'd say 60 to 58. And look where we're at now. So you see where most of that loss made up. I'm roughly around that same cost basis on here. The objective is to bring it down. I'm down about 17%, $66. Not too much, but we always want to make sure we're in the green. When the underlying's down and not performing that, what do you expect? That's done. That completes it. Let's go back to this page. Now my total is $4,395.46. As you can see, this was just yesterday. That was the total. Let's jump over here to the dividend calendar because I will update it. I don't manually update it. I just rather upload the CSV. So I'll have that report generated. Once that's done, I'll do another update to show how my monthly income has changed as well as my blended yield. Eventually, like I said, I will be making some adjustments, adding some ETFs here. For the most part, I think I have a pretty decent allocation for the funds. It's too early to tell on performance. They're doing decently. The only ones that are really down is BTCI, which is 12%. Everything is minimal, misty. Like I said, that's a very small position of mine that I'll just keep there. I sold off the majority of the other shares, so that's what's remaining so far. Yeah, it's good. I'm just going to keep loading up, and we'll see what the update looks like in the income. And once we get this to about, I'd say, 15K to 20,000, I'll start floating bills. Maybe sooner, who knows? Like I said, I have other dividend income that I could rely on to aid this. The purpose and intent is to solely rely on this account and not just use other accounts to support this or other income. Again, thank you for tuning in to this video. If you can, comment, turn on post notifications. I will be updating anytime I have any adjustments to this portfolio, changes in direction, buys, sells, good or the bad. I'm going to document this journey. The goal is to hit eventually 100K and ultimately financial freedom within, I'd say, the next 3 to 5 years. Thank you for tuning in to Dividend Domain. Follow me on other platforms.